Rosas as a destination, because this is a magical kingdom where there's a sorcerer king who can actually grant people's wishes. So we believe that people would move here from all around the world. I mean, I would, if this place exists, right? So we were looking for where the location would be for us to be able to create a new original fairy tale. So we look at the Mediterranean Sea, this location being an island between continents, and we work with consultants, cultural consultant, anthropologists to make sure that this conceit of Rosas is believable.
Well, we went back to the source for this film. We, knowing it's the 100th anniversary, we wanted to embrace the legacy, which was the early films, the early Disney films. So we went back to Pinocchio, Snow White. But I also, my history is that I started as a hand-drawn animator on a movie called Fox and the Hound. And so I've been at the studio for almost 50 years. And I was trained by Walt's 9 Old Men. My mentor was actually Eric Larson, and he was training the new generation. And what they were doing was really handing the baton to us, not only when it came to the skills of those legendary artists, but also the storytelling of Walt. And that was something that we kept, that to this day I feel very strongly about. That's why the movie embraces our legacy, but also embraces the tools of today, which is, again, what we said, Walt was such an innovator, and Walt would be doing the same thing.
Young, I grew up with Disney films, and it encouraged me to dream, beyond the possibilities. So I had this wish to work at Disney Animation, and at the time did not know how that would happen, but somehow I found the courage, and I always thought about the moment in my life where I was able to take action and do it anyway without even knowing what the end goal would be. So to be here today, to be able to tell a story of a person who has so much courage to pursue her dream, so much courage and passion that was able to connect with the magic of the stars is so wonderful. And we're so excited about the audience to see this story.
Well, we put in a lot of nods to our legacy. We put in some that are subtle, some that are not. That's for the audience to decide. We're gonna let the internet and the audience go wild with all of that. You can both answer that. The one about being released right now, we started this movie actually 5 years ago. So, I think it's just, we go back to our legacy, we go back to the fairy tales, we go back to the concept of good versus evil. And that's where it really comes about. So, yeah, it's, it's an interesting thing. You can talk about that.
You're really into the archetype of a fairy tale. You look at the legacy of Disney films. There's always someone out there, who's trying to take away your wish or your dreams, and how do you deal with the outside factor, telling you who you need to be. We want to narrow down to the concept of there is no greater power in the universe than someone with a true wish in their heart. And we hope the audience take away to get in touch with that power within themselves, that they themselves can take action and make their dreams happen. Well, we did think about that, like I said before, that there's a lot going on outside, in this world. There's a lot of voices that trying to limit your possibility or make you feel like you're afraid of failure. One thing we talk about during this production is the fact that when you have a dream, when you have a wish, you should say it out loud. And in this day and age, to expose yourself like that, there's a lot of vulnerability that comes with it, that you fear that it might not come true. But this movie, and I live by Chris, this is his philosophy.
Well, it was always about, as we all have this tradition, you may have it here too, but when you blow out your candles on your birthday, they always tell you, make a wish, but don't tell anybody, because it'll never come true. I was like, whoa, wait a second. We wanted to turn that on its head. It's basically, and it's from reality that, say your wish out loud, sing your wish out loud, because as we, both Fawn and I, had this dream to work at Disney Animation, everybody around us knew that. our friends, our family, and they helped us get here to this point. So that's what we say. We say, sing your wish out loud.
Grew up in the 90s musical Disney era, so I love all those characters. And
I worked on all those movies.
Thank you, Chris. So we draw inspiration from those, but when we cast Ariana DeBose, she also brings this sense of exuberance and joy, and the fact that Asha is not afraid to be herself, very comfortable in her own skin, can say wherever comes to her mind, bringing this modern sense of a new Disney heroine that we all love. And she has a great sense of humor. That's one thing I love about that too. And to see someone like that you can connect with, that you can see yourself in, is able to step into her power when things get tough. She has really positive attitudes toward any obstacles, really, and that's what we want to talk about, that the journey to pursue your wish can be a fun one, can be a difficult one, but you find a lot of self-discoveries and self-fulfilling in that journey.
Italian dubbing?
Unfortunately, we haven't. We're still finishing up the English version. Just a few weeks ago. But we have an incredible team of translation people that have been working with them. But I cannot wait to hear it. Italian is such a beautiful language. Dare I say, more beautiful than English? So I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. Well, I would say it all went back to the 100th anniversary, celebrating that and celebrating our legacy and celebrating today's world. So again, Julia, being such a huge Disney fan, can bring you that sound, that classic sound of Disney songs and the music, and then you've got, but then the contemporary sound. So the songs are still very contemporary, and so she was just the perfect pick when she first song she wrote was this Wish, Asha's Wish song, Asha's Why Want song, and we only gave her a paragraph of what the scene was about. We were still working on the story, but she just nailed it. She just did this beautiful version that really helped us along the way. We started to craft the movie around that, and as you saw in the film, where this wish, there's a reprise of it. I don't want to give away too much, but it's a beautiful reprise at the very end that you can see how powerful this song is. So Julia was just a wonderful person. She had a partner too. I have to mention Benjamin Rice. So he worked very closely with Julia throughout all these songs.